How many sons of massively successful, wealthy celebrities, sons or daughters, offspring, are also massively successful?
Independently.
Yeah.
Or within the same business. Like doing the same thing.
Independently, make a name for themselves.
Talking about generational wealth here?
Yeah.
It's pretty guaranteed, dude. If you got it's not guaranteed. Well, it's guaranteed one of two things. If you have an extremely rich, like billionaire or like super like high end celebrity, and one of their kids comes out, they're either going to be a billionaire businessman or a pseudo celebrity or an insane drug addict who goes the exact opposite way.
So
dude.
I only know the latter.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, truthfully, many people who have successfully inherited their family's wealth and continue to go down that path.
Yep.
And I was wondering, because when I grew up, my house wasn't massive, but it also wasn't small. It was a comfortable space for my family and I to constantly be near each other. So the question that I started asking one night randomly was, does the proximity that you spend with your family somehow contribute to your success later in life? The connection that you are pretty much forced to have because, you go from the kitchen and after you eat dinner, you go right to the living room where you watch TV with your family. Right? And a lot of massively successful people come from humble beginnings. They live in a small apartment, small house, single bedroom. You hear it all the time. And I'm wondering if it's because of something that was instilled in you when you were a child with the love and connection, camaraderie you have with the people around you drove you to push harder to escape that thing.
100%.
Versus a large household when kids are growing up and they're in the mansion and you're 5 years old, you can go to your room, you can go to the basement and play watch the movie theater, you can go to the gym in the back. How much time are you really spending around your parents and your siblings when you can isolate yourself at any given moment? And does that make you complacent and not have the hunger and the drive to want to escape the thing that you grew up in because it's all you know?
I could see desire and drive as a major factor for a lot of people's success, whatever you determine success as. It's not necessarily millions of dollars and in movies and famous and all that stuff. Success is different for so many people.
Sure.
But definitely parenting is going to help you with that. We know that you're the sum of the 5 people around you. And if you grow up in a small household with successful people or hardworking people that are willing to instill a drive in you to achieve something more, you're going to be more primed to aim for success.
Yeah, even just folks with integrity.
Sure. Very simply, good people, right? Yep. But if you're around people who are distant from you and focused on themselves and not willing to pass off information to you, and you're living in a place where there's a lot of success around you, but you're not feeling the that flow to you as well, you might try to lash out to get it. You might go to external means to find your happiness and gratification in drugs or whatever that is to send you the other way. Or you find your own independent drive that says, okay, these people around me are successful for doing this thing. Maybe I should follow that path and kind of look at what they did if you're capable of seeing what was happening to make the success possible.
Jaden Smith strikes me as a person who followed the last thing that you just mentioned. Yeah. But the reason why I asked this question is because I look around, I'm like, there's not a lot of offspring of successful people who are still being raised in a way where they're bred to be successful and bred to work hard. Yeah. And I don't, when I become a parent, want to create an environment where everything is so automated that I'm sort of hands off with my kid where they lose that thing that I had growing up because my dad and mom didn't give it to me easy.
Yeah, there's another adage that comes up, and I keep using all these terms, but the biggest one here is what people say, don't let money raise your kids. Yeah. Okay. And so a lot of these uber wealthy people that you're talking about, whether they exist here in the valley outside of LA or in Beverly Hills or in Greenwich, Connecticut, which was not too far from where I grew up, they spend insane, exorbitant amounts of money annually on their nannying services.
Yeah.
A lot of these people don't see their kids at all, dude. Okay. And so your question about what is it that happens within a close proximity family that keeps kids off of drugs and on the way to a successful career is back to a little 4-letter word that we just talked about, which is love. Again, dude. And so like that success, and drive and desire to make themselves happy and feeling good and self-confidence to be successful is a byproduct of the love they were shown as the family unit.
Sure.
Do you know what I'm saying? And so
family
like,
wants them to succeed.
Exactly. Think about it. If your parents aren't there to say, hey, I love you. You're a good kid. You should love yourself. I love watching you succeed. You're going to do everything you ever dreamed of. If your parents aren't sitting there telling you those things, how are you going to know that you can do everything that you want? Not know, but how are you going to feel, which is different? How are you truly going to believe that you can attain everything that you've ever wanted in life? And so if your dad is John Travolta, I'm using this as an example. I don't know what his kids are doing. And all he's doing is flying and movies and acting, and the mom's doing her own pursuits. And, Esperanza, the nanny, is always there to give you your food and whatever. You're not going to get the family unit that you got that builds those and breeds those kind of successful values.
Right. Which is crazy because some would say the moment you sign up to be a parent, your purpose in life is to
completely changes to one thing.
Your child.
But that's not how everybody acts.
Well, of course not. It's so hard. People are selfish. Like, sure, you have kids, but also like, damn, I still want to succeed and make money and do the thing I love every day, which is totally normal. Like, how could any person completely devote their life to their kid when they have their kid
and their own desires and dreams that they still have to accomplish?
That's what I'm saying. So because
prioritizing.
Because, bro, I'm down when I have a kid. No, I'm not down to do this, but like, seriously, do I sell everything I own and move to a tiny little house and raise this kid in Colorado and teach him how to be a nice young chap?
I think there's a balance. I don't know.
You definitely don't have to do that right away.
But yeah.
You're also in a very strange career path that's going to be so different than everyone else has ever lived, and you haven't had children yet to bring into this world for that.
Oh, boy.
But Amara, I have this conversation with Amara all the time. Like she's like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm like, dude, we travel. I'm busy all day long. Like, yo, I will not be the dad that when little Johnny comes home, he's like, Dad, can we play catch? I'm like, I'm busy, Johnny. 20 minutes. And I'm on a call with you. I'm on a podcast. I'm doing this shit. And Johnny's over there crying in the corner, fucking who knows? I'm not even gonna give an example here. But I don't want that to happen. And so, I missed 10 years of my life because of the things that we talked about earlier in the show. If that means I can't be a good dad until I'm 45 years old, and my kid has to bury me when he's young, and I'm the old dude at the fucking high school graduation, so be it. I'd rather be an old good dad than a young shit dad.